Well, here we are on Saturday with an update on road conditions and the situation here in Frankfort. And we want to give special thanks again to the State Journal for pushing this out on their YouTube channel. And it's a great service to the public to keep them informed. One of the things I want to do is general road conditions. Some roads are in better shape than others. Obviously, we want everyone to be careful when they're driving. If they don't have to be out, it's always better to stay in and avoid being out on the roads, because some of the roads might be in good conditions at one point and come around a corner to another street and there's a lot of slush or snow on the road, and that can be hazardous. We've used a great number of tons of salt, but we have plenty left. We have only gone about halfway down through our supply, so we have plenty left. And our road crews have been out since about 2 a.m. this morning. They will continue to stay out until the roads are taken care of. What we do is we let the drivers rotate and take a break. We have all the public works folks are out in street department, sanitation department, and then we have our parks department folks out with us too. Just as a reminder, the garbage has been suspended in the city for this week, and starting next Tuesday we'll get back on our regular routes. So if you have garbage, recyclables, please put those out next Tuesday on your Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, whatever your general regular day is.
Over the past 12 hours, the city police have responded to approximately 15 calls for service with regards to motorist assist or people being stuck or stranded on the roadway. It looks like we have about 11 collisions, 2 of which were minor injury. We would like to thank the citizens. Obviously, that number could have been a great deal higher, but by minimizing unnecessary travel, there's been fewer vehicles on the roadway, thereby minimizing the risk to the individuals and to property damage. Please take into consideration that despite the outstanding efforts of city, county, and state road crews, there are a lot of drift and runoff right now, which is causing situations where vehicles may hydroplane. So if you do have to be out, please drive cautiously and slowly and take into consideration other motorists. One thing that we would like to mention, it is a huge help with city streets in removing slush and snow if you can avoid parking on main thoroughfares in the city of Frankfort, downtown areas, Capitol Avenue, Home Street, and also this will prevent you from being graded in, so to speak, as the roads are graded. If your vehicle's parked along the road, many times it's difficult to have that vehicle removed because of piled up snow. So if you can avoid at all possible parking along main thoroughfares or downtown area streets, it would be mutually beneficial. If you do not have a four-wheel drive, we would strongly recommend that you avoid travel if at all possible. And as always, city police are available to respond to you for any emergencies that you may have. Thank you.
To reiterate a little bit of what Chief Abrams said, the light traffic has been very beneficial, keeping our roadways, our road crews out, clearing the roads. I do want to extend a lot of thanks on behalf of the County Judge Executive and myself to the Franklin County Road Department, also city and county and state road crews and contract crews. They have done an outstanding job over the last 7 days through all the weather issues that we've been having. Sheriff's deputies responded to about 12 calls for motorist assist. That's somebody that slid off the road or need assistance getting the tow truck to get back out. 8 non-injury crashes, 1 motor vehicle crash with injuries, and it was minor. And other than that, it's been relatively quiet due to people staying off the roadways. Right now, the roadways are very, very slushy and are very dangerous. So if you get stuck in the slush, it's going to pull you off and probably pull you over on the shoulder. So take your time. If you have to be out this afternoon, take your time, plan ahead, slow down, and just watch what you're doing. Water's going to start pooling. We're still expecting quite a bit of rain this afternoon, so be prepared for that as well. Check on your neighbors, make sure they're safe. And road crew's done a fantastic job out in the county. County neighborhoods have been hit, and I know they've been hit again. And I know the county road department's out in force. So we want to thank them for their time and effort. And I want to thank you for staying off the roadways and helping us. It's been a tremendous partnership, and we're appreciative of it. Thanks.
Latest round of winter weather has caused minimal issues for fire and EMS. Last night at 1:49 a.m., crews battled a structure fire at Woodland Avenue. Had the fire under control in about 15 minutes. Red Cross is assisting that family today. As with usually with winter weather, we've had an increase in ambulance responses due to motor vehicle accidents, slips and falls and things of that nature. We do ask the public that if you can shovel your walkways and driveways, that helps our EMS crews out tremendously as they're trying to wheel a stretcher up your house in the event that you do need their assistance in a medical emergency. In addition, if you have a fire hydrant near you and you see that it has snow embanked around it, if you can clear that away so that we can make sure that hydrant is visible and accessible to the fire department in case we need to access that for any reason. And as always, in frigid temperatures, we ask that you, if you're using alternative or supplemental sources of heat, that you use caution in doing those, keeping space heaters 3 feet away from any sort of combustible material. And don't ever use power strips or extension cords for those as well. And then lastly, if we do have any sort of power outages and you are using generators, make sure you keep those outside. Make sure you keep those away from any doors, windows, and air intakes, and then always have a working smoke detector and carbon monoxide detector in these sort of situations.
Thank you, sir. Just an update. I'm probably the bearer of bad news today, is that the winter weather is going to continue, probably in the liquid form tonight, up to an inch of rain possible. Looking at the radar, there's quite a bit of precipitation to the south and to the west of us headed our direction. The bad news, I guess, is that all next week is going to be below normal temperatures with a couple of days below zero. Monday could be extremely treacherous if you're out and about due to black ice, and I'm talking black ice on sidewalks, not only streets. Everybody needs to slow down. The river forecast looks like we might get a 10-foot rise out of it. There's going to be some local flooding issues. If you normally flood or in a low-lying area, it's probably groundwater that's going to flood. I know Frankfort Streets Department has one crew dedicated to cleaning storm drains to try to get the water off of the roads and streets. So bear in mind, slow down, and we'll get through this thing sometime next week. Thank you all.
But the big issue today is the ponding of water on roadways due to the fact that many of the drainage boxes are covered up with frozen snow and ice from earlier this week.
Just some general tips as a reminder. We keep saying this, but remember to check on neighbors. Keep your pets indoors, keep them warm and safe. For general services, please call Frankfort Dispatch Center at 502-875-8550. Always dial 911 for emergencies. And check our Facebook pages, the Sheriff's page, the Emergency Management page, the City page, County Fiscal Court page, and the State Journal for continuous updates, and those will be provided as graphics at the end of this brief message. Again, thanks to the public for all their assistance and patience, and thanks to our workers, both city and county, for their continued efforts in making our streets and communities safe. Thank you all so much.